I know it. It's happening. It's happening.
Get ready to go.
Mr. Jass in the chat here with the super chat. Hugh Jass said $2
one Hugh Jass.
Yeah.
$2 for Hugh Jass. Okay. The JASS. Don't at me. All right. Jake Shavink said close to that Mike Draft super chats, fellas.
We are 6 out of 10 currently.
Yeah, we're closing in on. While you were talking, Emilio, I seen the super chats coming in. I went ahead and got it ready just in case we hit it.
Get ready to go.
I can't bring with the super chat. See you, buddy. He says it's Trey Hendrickson or bust for me, fellas. Hey,
yep.
He's right up there. Now he's not Myles Garrett, and I know Mike's not saying that. Out of everyone who's been mentioned this year in potential trades, Myles Garrett 1, Trey Hendrickson 2. Now, with that being said,
hopefully Myles Garrett's meeting with ownership goes well and they let him go. But
it's
fingers crossed on that one.
Listen, I'm from Tennessee. I am familiar with the Haslam family. They will screw this up somehow. They will completely botch this. If you don't believe me, go. What was it? The Pilots? Is that what it was down here in the South, Emilio? That they just do this. Just Google search the name Haslam lawsuit and pour you a drink. All right, enjoy the ride. Mike Hebring with the super chat. Yeah, with Trey Hendrickson. Here's what I was going to say. If you give me the choice of you can have Khalil Mack in a 1 or a 2 year deal or trade a second or a third round pick for Trey Hendrickson, I'm probably choosing Khalil Mack. Yeah. But it's close because Trey Hendrickson, the production you cannot. Now, here's the thing. Cincinnati's defense, way different than what Green Bay did last year. If you think Trey Hendrickson's just going to step into this defense and it's going to take Jeff Hafley adjusting how he runs his pass rush, that's what it would take. Because those boys, they're not worried about the run. They're pinning the ears and going. That's what they're doing. And that is not what Green Bay did last year. So I
feel like Khalil Mack would be less of a progress stopper for some of the other edge guys too, right? Because he's more of a rotational dude. He's not going to play, 60 snaps a game.
And on the tail end of the career, Tim, whereas, maybe Trey, you could get another 3, 4, 5 years out of him if you wanted to instead of 1 or 2.
Right. Exactly.
And the thing with Trey, too, is he's seeking a new deal. So if you lock Trey into a 3 or 4 year deal, and then all of a sudden after this year he falls off as he, gets closer to 31 or 32, you're stuck with some dead cap as opposed to Khalil Mack is just kind of a pay for the service and move on type thing, is what it feels like anyway. But yeah, Mike, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And Trey Hendrickson was a dog last year. Yep. Another super chat here, 2-0 for this. Anti-mock super chat. 2-0 for this. That ain't how it works, bro. So
appreciate the support.
Yeah. Thanks for thinking about me here. But
heard it from a fan right here.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. The sports report. You're not getting mock or not getting Mac. Oh, okay. Got it. So the sports report, is he a Chargers fan? Sports report, put in the chat, who are you a fan of, buddy? The fact that he said you're not getting, it's got to be.
Maybe that's Tim's Chicago source coming in and saying you're not getting Mac. He's coming back. He's coming back to the city, the Windy City.
Sports report didn't even realize he literally just contributed to a mock draft.
Sports report just got us to 7 out of 10. He just,
you know what though? He does bring up kind of a good point because when it's all said and done, I'm probably not going to be that shocked if K-Mac ends up a Charger again.
No, it makes all the sense.
Just let go of Bosa and, maybe they pay him, so this could be a big nothing burger, but let us dream, right? We can dream.
Definitely. Zakai, and again, Sports Report, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Let us know who you're a fan of. You guys, if you see it come through, let me know. Zakai Searle says, am I the only one that prefers a corner in the first round over an edge rusher or a D tackle? We need both, but I just don't feel comfortable with Nixon being our cornerback 1, unfortunately. I understand the concern there, Zakai. I do. I'm
pretty talked about corner going early, right? We got to go early with corner in the draft if you want, any of the top tier guys. So it's a legitimate point.
I'm totally on board with going corner with the first round pick if the board lines up. What I'm not okay with is reaching for a corner. But Emilio, tell everybody what you texted me earlier today. You were listening to DJ earlier today. What did he say wasn't it about corners that he mentioned? Am I thinking right, or was it a different position?
Yep, that one. Pull it up. Yeah, so he was talking.
When we say DJ, we're talking about Daniel Jeremiah, former scout for the Baltimore Ravens. He played quarterback at Appy State. He's now the NFL draft expert for NFL Network.
He was the best guy around.
He is our top 3 scout. He's one of our head scouts on our board. That's how we break it down. So we got to take what he says, and learn from it. He was saying that his first year in Baltimore when he was a scout, that O-line, and he was told by Ron, I forgot the last name, but his coach, he said, he called him Coach Ron. He said, you always need to bump O-line and corners a level. You're always going to need to bump them a level from what you think that they are, or where they will be taken, because you'll always miss, or else you'll never get them. You'll always miss them if not. So, I mean, that's something that we've kind of talked about a little bit, but thinking about corners, I mean, we've talked about safeties. We've talked about, center being a tier 2, but it's right. I mean, after he said that, then he started talking. He goes, you're not going to find a starting left tackle in the 30 spot if you're looking at a board in the first round. Will Campbell's going to go because he's syrup and all he does is pancake people, and Mimbo's going to go because he's a dog. And there's your 2 starting tackles, right? Then you're fiddling around trying to figure out who's going to rotate, who's going to fit in. I think it's just something we have to keep in mind if we can try to chase that down.
Yeah, and I will say this. It is worth noting, though, when Daniel Jeremiah was a scout for them a long time ago.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So we got to mention that. But that's the first time I'd ever heard anybody say that they're considering corner and offensive line one tier higher than their current tier. The only position that I do that with, and I don't adjust our draft board, but I always mention during the draft on our draft specials when we go live for the draft every year, is when a quarterback is within reach and they may be 1 or 2 tiers down, you've got to start treating them like they're a top tier talent right then, because teams will reach. It's that important. So it was really interesting that I'm glad you shared that, Emilio. I am.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, and again, what podcast was that? So everybody can check out that podcast.
That was Move the Sticks with DJ and Bucky Brooks. It could have been he had another. I think it was with Greg. He had another one. It was 40s. Let me see. Here, you talk. I'll pull it up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the reason I asked about the podcast is because Move the Sticks podcast I've been listening to for. I don't want to exaggerate here. I think it's over 10 years now they've been doing a pod. Like I want to say it was 2012 or 2013 when I started listening to them. So it's been a long time that Daniel Jeremiah has been doing that pod. And especially around draft time, they'll pull up their old scouting reports and they'll say, this guy was a hit. This was a hit. They'll call it hit and misses. This was a guy we hit on with our scouting report. Okay, he ended up being great. He'll read off the scouting report, tell you what year he was in the draft, and then he allows, I think, Bucky Brooks to try to guess who the prospect was. That's the type of stuff you get there. That's where I learned about the Red Star. I'd never heard about the Red Star before, where they would, in Baltimore, they would have the scouts get up there and you got one red star. You put it on the player that is your dude in this draft. You're going to stand on the table. If I had to pick one guy out of this draft that I like the most, it could be a first-round guy. It could be a seventh-round guy. But this is the dude that's like, man, where he's going to go, he is really worth it type guy. And they would put the red star up there. I had never heard that kind of talk before. You get that on the Move the Sticks podcast. For sure.
And so to that point, the podcast I was listening to, it's under Move the Sticks podcast, but it's a different one. I guess they're going to do a Chasing the Draft as it comes closer. It's called 40s and Free Agents, 2025 class versus free agents. It was Greg Rosenthal and DJ. I guess they don't get along. I don't really know the relationship, but he goes, so they started talking okay, and then they started, getting after each other a little bit. In a good way, in a banter way. But I think that's just, something that you got to take into account. Somebody that does it for a living. Dude sits there and just grinds tape. He's talked about, some days I'm at home, I'm sitting there, I'm in the living room all day. I don't like, let me go over to the office. I'm going to go. He said one day he went downstairs and just set up a TV next to his kid while he was playing college football. And then that's when he put out his mock draft 2.0. And then his son was asking him if he had any like fire ones or anything that's going to stir the pot. And those are just some of the cool things you pick up. The other thing, like you were talking about, pulling up the old boards, he said this in another one the other day, was Cam Ward had the same grade as Bo Nix last year, which would have been 5th among all quarterbacks last year. That's where Cam Ward's ranking this year. And Sanders was behind Penix, which would have put him 7th in that list last year, but behind Penix this year.
Really, really interesting. What you're going to see on boards, Shedeur Sanders seems to be dropping. We're not going to drop him on our board because he's dropping on others. Now, we've already got the majority of our information in on Shedeur Sanders. There's no other info we'll get in other than Greg Cosell, which Greg Cosell's also mentioned. He hasn't been like over the moon. Today, he made a positive comment about him.
Pocket passer is what I've heard from Greg Cosell. That's
playing within the system, right?
It's a scheme fit pocket passer or a fit quarterback pocket passer.
Definitely. Ron Sample with Super Chat. Thank you, buddy. Says trade for Hendrickson and draft the receiver in the first round of our mock tonight. Appreciate the Super Chat, Ron.
We're not going to be able to, Ron, if we don't get 2 more. We're at 8 out of 10 right now. So
we're up against the gun here, too. We're at the 57-minute mark.
Yeah, you got probably 3 minutes.
Here's the thing. If we try to trade for Hendrickson, we're going to have to move hell and half of Georgia to do that during the mock. I like the idea to see what it would take, but they're wanting an all-offense mock draft, so we'll just stick with that if we do.
Yeah, I like that. That was cool.
Yeah, I like the idea, though. I wonder what it would take for Hendrickson, which I ain't going to lie, man. I was kind of surprised that it just came out that they would take a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to take more than that. But you could look at that one of 2 ways, right? You can look at it and go, oh, man, that ain't much. And then you look at it the other way and go, why are they not wanting that much? Is there something we don't know there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That kind of pops up in my mind, too. Ron, thank you for the Super Chat. I think we're close enough, boys. I think we're close enough. We're going to bend the rules.
We broke the last one.
Let's see. We got 1, Kingtron. Mike Hebrings 2, Kingtron 3, Huge Ass is 4, Mike Hebrings 5, 2-0 for this is 6, Sports Report 7, and Ron Sample's 8, right? So
yeah.
So we're well above
65%. 65%. That's what we.
And as you guys know,
Kingtron gifted this one to J. Cole, that membership. So we could maybe stretch, walk the line there and count that, get us to 9.
That counts for sure. And again, I don't want anybody else to have to donate any money, so we'll just do it right now. All right, appreciate you guys and everything you do, man. Sports Report, I love that he paid $10 just to tell us, shut the hell up and not get Khalil Mack. Gotta love it. All right, here we go. Let's do this. You ready to go?
PFF? We back to PFF?
There it is.
Back to PFF, Tim.
Chris C, man. You didn't have to do it. Chris C lost this one.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Oh, look, Shavink's fired up. Let's go.
All right.
And Chet over here. Now he physically got us to 10 Super Chats to make sure that Clay wasn't going to back out.
Yeah. Get ready to go.
All right, here we go. So 7-round mock. Everybody has to be an offensive player, right? Emilio, do you have your board ready, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Let's go, Emilio. 5-0 line and 2 receivers. Let's get it.
All right. Let's crank this thing up.
I cannot believe we're about to build the biggest wall right now. I'm sorry.
Get ready to go.
Packers are on the clock at number 23. There's no reason to do anything other than offense. And yes, I am putting quarterback up there. All right. So we're going to go all of the offensive positions. Yeah, there's all kinds of. It is fun to do these type of exercises just to look at it from a different perspective, you know?
Does this mean we can take Jaden Higgins in the first round?
Exactly. So their top available is Luther Burden, the 3rd wide receiver out of Missouri. We got Josh Simmons, tackle out of Ohio State, Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas, and then, of course, Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina, then Gray Zabel, Josh Connolly.
I'm going to just say, if it's not Luther Burden, it's got to be Gray Zabel, just because he's a 5-way. You know, he's going to go all over. I know I'm not according to the board. I'm just saying according to all the stuff I'm listening to, the way DJ's been talking about him and his flexibility in playing 5. They said that if the Bears drafted Gray Zabel at 10, that he could basically upgrade any position on that line, no matter where they put him. So it's like that's the kind of guy the Packers would dive after.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion based off of our board, okay? Mm-hmm. And to me right now, it looks hands down, no question asked.
Yeah,
Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle at number 11, is the top guy. Are you seeing someone else here, Emilio, that I'm overlooking?
No.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So if we were to go off our board, we would go Kelvin Banks would be the top choice, tackle out of Texas. Then Josh Simmons, tackle out of Ohio State, will be next at 20. Then it would be Luther Burden, wide receiver out of Missouri, would be the third pick. Is that right, Emilio? Is that what you're showing?
Yes, sir. Yep, that's what I got.
So I'm going to allow the chat to take over here. And Tim, let's get your opinion. Who would you take here, man? Again, on our board, the best available will be Josh Simmons, then Kelvin Banks. Or actually, no, was it Kelvin Banks first?
No, Kelvin Banks, then Josh Simmons, then Luther Burden.
Luther Burden. So what do you think, Tim?
I like Gray Zabel. I'm gonna.
I sold him.
I'm gonna back Emilio up on this one. I do. The versatility factor, you know.
And here's where we got
our board. How far off would we be here?
He's 53rd on our board.
Okay, so that's a reach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anybody goes, oh, that's way too low, Daniel Jeremiah had him at 48. Dane Brugler had him at 38. So it's still a reach either way you look at it right now. You know what I mean? And I know he did flash at the Senior Bowl, had a hell of a Senior Bowl. That's a good sign there. But yeah,
I'm between Banks and Zabel. Then
okay,
yeah, yeah. If we're building this wall, bringing Calvin Banks, that dude is a freak. He'd probably be stepping inside. I think they're talking about him not being as true of a tackle, but can kind of play all over.
Yeah. So Jake Shavink said Loveland. So Loveland is still on the board. Is that right?
No, he was just saying that at the beginning. He was just saying,
gotcha.
Loveland.
Yeah, he got picked up, right?
I was about to say yes. So things have changed here. Is this weed or wide? How would y'all say that?
I would say weed. Why doesn't
you podhead? All right.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
He says it's
WIDE.
Yeah, he says stick to the damn board. Go Banks. I'm gonna do it. We're going Kelvin Banks Jr. All right, boys.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
There's our top pick in the all offensive.
I like it.
Pick 55. Let's load up offense again here, and we'll put every position. What are y'all thinking? If you could pick any position to draft at right here, what's the position that comes to mind for you? I think I know what Tim's answer is.
Well, we're offense only, right? So
right.
On the card, take Jaden Higgins. Let's go.
All right. So if we look at who's best on the board according to PFF, Cam Scatabo, running back out of Arizona State, Xavier Restrepo out of Miami, Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami, Ariante Essery, tackle out of Minnesota, Dylan Sampson, halfback out of Tennessee, Travion Henderson, halfback out of Ohio State, and then Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU. It's going to be tough to search, but we're going to try to do it here.
Ursery we have at 41, or I'm sorry, 40.
Who's that?
Ursery, Ariante Ursery.
All right.
Is Jack Besh still on the board?
So
who was that?
Jack Besh. Is he still on the board?
That's a good question. Let's see here. He should be, right? Surely he didn't go that early. Where is Jack Besh?
I think they took him.
Did they take him? Oh, here, let's just do this. This is probably easier, wouldn't it? Do we see him over here? No? Yeah, there
Bears got Higgins, Tim.
Oh, my gosh.
What are we going to
Okay, all right. Hold on. Scroll up. Wait a second. I think I saw my boy.
Who'd you see?
I think to the right on the available. I think Tulsa East's finest right there. Bo is still on the board.
Bo.
Tulsa East.
Oh,
there he is. Purdue. Let's go.
Wow.
Tim and Bo, I swear.
Double dip. Let's go. Take another tackle. Let's go.
All right. Let's start from the top here, Emilio. Who do we think is the best on our board? Let's see where Restrepo is. I know he's
Scatabo is 80th. Ursery is 40th.
Okay, so it's Ursery so far.
Arroyo is
I'm trying to find Arroyo here. Hold on a second. Arroyo is 64th. All right.
Mm-hmm. So it's still Ursery.
Sampson, Travion Henderson, Mason Taylor. Where's Mason Taylor? Let's see where he's at real quick. Mason Taylor is 49th. All right. What about Cameron Williams? Cameron Williams is
95th.
95th. So he's pretty far down. So
Where's Bo?
Who's that?
Where's Bo?
It's pretty low.
Bo is 62.
Yeah, 62. Yeah.
Okay.
So if what it comes down to is Ursery is best on our board, right? But do we really want to do another offensive line here? You know what I mean? Or do we want to just maybe remove offensive line and go a different route? What do y'all think? And we need to chat to chime in here too. I'll read this super chat real quick. And you guys in the chat, let us know who you would like to take here. Sports Report with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, you come to Foothills, Jordan will have a signed Love jersey if they acquire a offensive tackle, offensive line within the next week. I appreciate the super chat there, sir. Go ahead.
Foothills of what?
Why are you asking? You're asking too many questions, Emilio.
Jordan's going to have a signed jersey at Foothills. Where?
Hey, quit asking questions, man. Let's say Footloose. No, not Footloose, Joyce Martha. Oh, no, she says Foot. No, she's asking questions. Just Foothills. All right. So thank you for the super chat there, Sports Report. What are we thinking here, boys? What's everybody saying in the chat? Everybody in the chat.
Take the kid from Tulsa East. Let's go.
No, they are not, Tim. They're not saying that.
No, I think you take Ursery and say that wall is pretty well stoked up with material, and then we can drop it down after that.
Tim, it's your girl. It's your girl, Tim. Read it.
Is the Foothills your Oval Office? Oh, man.
Oh, my God. It's gold.
Don't put that name in my mouth right there.
Jacob would be so proud right now. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, Jacob's at the Foothills right now.
Yeah.
Emilio, who was the highest rank that we just went through?
Ursery.
That was 40. Not an offensive line.
That would have been Arroyo then, I believe. Arroyo.
So the question becomes, guys, would you rather take Ursery, tackle, right, is what they've got him listed at here.
Correct.
Who's ranked higher, or Arroyo?
No, I'm sorry, Mason Taylor, LSU tight end.
Was he ranked higher? Okay.
Yeah, he's 40. He's 49.
Would y'all rather go Mason Taylor or Ursery? Everybody in the chat, rapid fire. We're at the 108 mark here. All right. So Ursery, tackle out of Minnesota, or Mason Taylor, tight end. Jake Shavink, of course, he says Taylor right off the bat. You know he's going to take it in
the second round.
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So.
Tim, sir, this is an all-offensive draft. There's no holds barred, man.
Yeah.
We're
hoping that we spent all our money in free agency on Khalil Mack and Calais Campbell, and we brought in Darius Slay, and we brought in everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Taylor.
It's Taylor. Looks like it's Taylor. Looks like Taylor's running away with it.
Uh-oh.
Yep. All right. We're doing it, boys. We're doing it. And somebody else is tweeting it out. It's not going to be me. The pick is in. And
God, that sound is good, man. I miss that stuff.
Take that big dog from Louisiana State. Let's go.
Right down there eating some gumbo. We're going Mason Taylor, also known as Joy Taylor's nephew. I'm sure he doesn't like that right now. But anyway, there we go.
I'm pretty sure he's a son. I'm pretty sure he's a generation.
No, it's Jason. It's Jason Taylor's son.
Miami Edge, right? The old Miami Edge. Yeah, that's a
unbelievable
dog.
Player, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a dog.
Yeah. Shut up, Prince. I see what you put in here, sir. All right, wide receiver. Let's leave tight end off this time. All right.
Yeah.
We'll go back to offensive tackle. We'll go running back. And we'll go interior offensive line.
We're taking Bo now, right? Is he still on the board?
Hey, this is the problem we had last night, Tim. Wyatt Malum is way higher on our board than Bo. We went with Malum, if I remember right. Let's see if Bo's still there, though. Bo might be gone. Is Bo gone?
Oh, look at that.
Gone. Where did he go? Oh, look.
Come on.
This worked out great. All right. So what are we thinking here, boys? Emilio, I'm going to start at the top. You tell me what you see here. DJ Giddens, Jonah Savania, I think is how you say it, out of Arizona.
Okay. So the only one I don't have is DJ Givens, but right now Tate Ratledge 54, Wyatt Malum 55, Savania from Arizona is 66, and then Devin Neal is 67. So those are basically all in the same tier. Got it.
And it's just crazy. We're going all offense and we're not drafting wide receivers, but the board is just not lining up, is it? There's not a receiver. Let me just put receivers up. We know who the offensive line will be. Who'd you say? Tate Ratledge? Is that right?
Yeah, Tate Ratledge and then Wyatt Malum. It's literally 10 points. So from the final number from Tate Ratledge to Devin Neal is 53.8 to 63.3. So they're all in that cluster.
All right, let's go.
Are we
Right.
really going to ignore these three right here? Savion Williams, Tez Johnson, Isaiah Bond.
Let's
There's
pull
one
them
of those that we could grab right here.
We got Savion Williams at 96. All right.
Okay. And we're picking
As-
87 right now, right?
As is 89th.
Tez would be the best one right now.
Though I did not expect him to run as slow as he did, and I didn't really like that for the kind of wide receiver he is.
Torrey Horton's 117.
Yep.
Drew D said, "Why would we grab a wide receiver when we're trading for DK Metcalf?"
That's true.
There you go. See, we're justifying everything now.
I love it.
Kobe Hudson's significantly lower.
Pat Bryant's 122.
Yeah, the only wide receiver that makes sense is Tez Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Isaiah Bond is he's the little guy, right?
He's the one who said he was going to set the new record. You ran a 4.4.
Yep.
So I'm sorry when you talk a lot of crap and you don't back it up, you drop on my board. Not on my board, but in my mind.
I like Johnson or Horton right here.
So Tez Johnson, Emilio, who was the offensive lineman and what was he ranked that we said we liked? That's going to be this.
Tate Ratledge is 54th. Wyatt Malum is 55th. I honestly would rather take
Tez Johnson is 89, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'd rather take Devin Neal at 67 before we take a wide receiver, Tez Johnson.
Yeah. But for me, the pick would be Tate Ratledge.
Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
Everybody all right with that? Drew D says Jared Wilson. Let's see where Jared Wilson's on our board before we take Tate here. Jared Wilson is 87th, so not too far off.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far off. But in this scenario, we're definitely kicking Elton Jenkins over to center, I believe, with the guys we've taken already for sure.
Can you go to our picks real quick before we pull that? Who do we have?
Yeah, let's see here. Kelvin Banks,
okay,
23rd pick, and then we went Mason Taylor.
So we only got one piece of the wall. So yeah, we need another one. Let's bring in Tate.
All right, so
this is making my head hurt. We can't take any defense right now.
I know it
is. Weekend. Tim's about to get on the phone back there. Goody, who authorized this?
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna go Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia. Did he have any snaps at center at any point? He did not, did he? No.
No, he's taking the Sean Ryan spot from him immediately.
Come on, we'll turn him into a center in no time.
That's exactly right. We'll put Mason Taylor in at center. All right. Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia, is the pick.
Ooh.
Now we're in the 4th round pick, 124.
Look at your QB there, Clayton.
Yeah. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
He's at 130.
Is he really at 130?
Put that name in my mouth right there.
Wow.
QB, running back, wide receiver. And
Let's
I think
see.
that, and maybe let's see here.
Let's really try not to take an offensive lineman here, right? Let's see if we can try not to do that. So let's just go quarterback, wide receiver, running back. So we got Riley Leonard, you said, is in the 120 something, right?
Yep.
Jaden Blue, wasn't he one of the fastest running backs at the college?
Jaden Blue is a mismatch player in mid rounds, according to DJ. He is one of the three. Jaden Blue, RJ Harvey, and Fannin.
Drew D says Tim's twitching over here.
Oh my God, just take a receiver.
Anything.
Take Torrey Horton. Somebody, please. We still don't have a receiver.
Where's Dylan Gabriel at? Let me look him real quick. We got him in the 112 spot. He makes the most sense right now, don't he?
Dang. He's a lefty, right?
We got to get Jaden Blue up on our board somehow, some way, because he's really, really low.
He is swimming, but that's the dog after hearing what DJ talked about him.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to force a wide receiver here, guys? Do you think we should do that?
Let's see. What are our options?
So we got Torrey Horton. I'll start with him. You take the second one, Pat Bryant.
Pat, he was in 140s.
Torrey Horton's 117 on our board.
Pat Bryant, 122.
Okay, so Torrey Horton, 117. Kobe Hudson is 226, so it's still Torrey Horton, 117.
Kyle Williams is 420. Nick Nash, he's actually pretty high up.
Yep.
Nick Nash is 128.
So if we don't go here, who's going to be on the board at 160 is the question.
No, we're in a wide receiver cluster, Tim. Torrey Horton's at 117. Pat Bryant's at 122, and Nick Nash was at 128. From Torrey Horton, his final number being 91.3 to Nick Nash's 99.0. So they're in that same 10 span of cluster.
I think if it looks 6'3", 185, Tim, 6'3".
Yep.
Torrey Horton, if we're going to go wide receiver, it needs to be Torrey Horton. No doubt about it. Are we going to force ourselves to do that, or do we want to throw other positions up? That's the question.
Well, if we're going offense only and we're not going O-line, that leaves us with running back and tight end and quarterback. Yeah.
Jake Shavink says Torrey Horton, then Tootin. They're I'm trying to think. Yeah, didn't he have a good combine too? If I remember right.
I think so.
Let's see what happens with tight end here. We didn't even look at tight end because we already
got Mason Taylor. That's why.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna. I think Torrey Horton's the guy. What do y'all think?
Mm-hmm.
I do too. Because Nick Nash he's a little undersized, right? Nick Nash is a shorter slot guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Many people were higher on him. I want to say he had a good Senior Bowl, if I remember correctly. And Jake Shavink did confirm 6'2.5", 198. So he put on some weight. Torrey Horton did at the combine. No. So there you go.
Don't let the small school fool you, right?
Thick.
Yeah, let's go.
J. Cole. I think everybody's on board. J. Cole says Horton screams Packer. Amen.
Love it.
Torrey Horton, wide receiver out of college.
This receiving is tough.
All right. Now we're in the 5th round here. Pick 160. All right.
Go get your quarterback, Clayton.
Let's see here. Let's look at QB. Let's just look at, is there a QB of the future here, Emilio, that we have?
Tyler Shaw. Shaw.
Oh, yes.
Senior Bowl. A good Senior Bowl.
Quinn Ewers 111 on our board. Okay. McCord 134. Shaw is 146. So right now, if we were to go quarterback, it would be Quinn Ewers.
Tyler Shaw has 4 degrees. 4.
That's great, Emilio.
He's a
I'm
smart
not
cook.
looking for a teacher. I need somebody to throw that pigskin over that mountain right there. You know what I'm saying? Brady Cook was one of those that measured out really, really well, but he's low on our board. He's like 203. Max Brosmer. So if we were to go to quarterback here, it would definitely be Quinn Ewers, according to our board, right? I'm not saying we have to. I'm just kind of looking through. That's the one that would make the most sense, according to our board. So Quinn Ewers would be the pick at QB. What positions do y'all want to see here? You want to look at wide receiver again, maybe tight end, then throw the offensive line back up? Let's do them all other than quarterback since we just looked at quarterback. We know Quinn Ewers is the quarterback if we go that route. Jackson Halls is a really good blocking tight end. I remember them talking about him. He didn't grade out well according to PFF, but a really, really good blocking.
That's not bad. He can block. He can.
What about Kobe? Let's see here. Let me go Kobe Hudson.
I think it's got to be Nick Nash.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. The fact that he's still there. What about Seth McLaughlin? He's 166. What did you say Nick Nash was?
128.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to be going Nick Nash here. Connor Colby, Tyler Cooper, Logan Brown. There's Monheim.
Ooh, Marcus Yarns.
Oh, I stand corrected on Nick Nash. 6'3", 195. He's not a little guy.
Okay, I like this. Let's get Nick Nash, and then we'll get our boy Marcus Yarns next pick.
Monheim is 127. Where did you say Nick Nash was, Amelia?
120, right above him, I think. 126.
Yeah, so Monheim is
Monheim. That would make Jacob happy. That's his guy.
Monheim is one pick above Nick Nash. Yeah. What do you think, Amelia? I'm gonna let you call this one.
Yeah.
We could use the center.
We could use the center. And I do love building a nice wall in front of Jay Love and getting that road grade for Jacobs. So
807 snaps at center this last year.
That's a lot of snaps. 1,000, 800 consistently on the field. I'd say bring him in.
And his and his old teammate Marshawn Lloyd will be healthy to run behind him as well. So there you go.
He knows how to read a budget. Marshawn Lloyd knows how to read a
that he's on the board if we don't take him here.
What's that now?
You think Monheim survives the next round if we don't take him here?
Monheim, his average draft position is 175. Okay. Our next pick is 200. He will be gone.
Okay.
Yeah. I say we do it. Go Monheim here. That good?
Welcome to the squad.
All right. We're going center / interior offensive lineman out of USC, Jonah Monheim.
That ain't no problem. Well,
Pick 200, boys. Coming down the stretch now. We throw quarterback back up there. Obviously, our boy is gone now. I think Rorick was fairly high. We don't have to take a quarterback, though. Let's throw them all up here. Let's go wide receiver. Let's go tight end. Let's go running back. Let's hold off on offensive line because we've taken one, or we've taken two in the last 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to kind of go through these names here, Ollie Gordon, Keith Allen.
Ricky White,
UNLV, Ty Felton, Maryland.
Chisholm, where's Chisholm at? I think he's one of those dudes I thought had a really good Senior Bowl week or East-West Shrine, whichever it was, but he is not very high on our board at all.
Ricky White's the pull, Clay. He's 118 on the board.
Is he really?
Yeah.
118 for Ricky White. Let's take a look here. Oh,
he's a guy.
Look at him in 2023, boys. 90.5, receiving grade 82, yards per route ran 2.93. Yeah, grade versus man coverage, not bad either, 70.5.
And I'm sorry to burst
190.
Let's go. Sorry to burst that excited bubble I just gave you, but Andre Gadsden is actually 100th on the board.
Oh, Gadsden is.
Yeah.
But he is available,
down. Yeah.
All right, let's see where Gadsden's going to be taken. 215. He'll definitely be gone. So Gadsden is higher on our board. Is that right?
Yeah, he's 100. He is top 100.
He's also not 23 years old either. So, Goody DiCaprio factor, guys. He's a little younger.
Got to flash it up there for him, Tim. Got to show him here, man. You know what I mean? There you go.
I'm the king of the draft.
And when you look at Gadsden's numbers here, pretty damn solid. 82, 80, 82. Measurables, 6'5", 236, 21 years old, like Tim was saying. This is the guy, ain't it, Amelia?
That's the guy.
All right, Gadsden it is. Got us 2 tight ends. We'll put Tucker Kraft on the trade block. You know what I'm saying?
What? How dare you?
We're going to be marching out 13 personnel.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
All right.
Heavy run team with a heavy O-line rotation.
All right, so we're not taking another tight end, okay?
Let's
get it back. We don't want to get 3?
Now it's kind of feeling like maybe running back if one makes sense here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's clear the board and just look at running back. Are there any running backs worth a darn left here? We got Marks. Let's go through rapid fire, see if we can find the best running back. We got to get us a running back here. So let's go Marks.
149.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Then Montrell is 301. Raheem Sanders is 168. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be Marks here. Another USC guy, huh?
Yep.
What do you think? Should we do it?
I like it.
He'll be gone after this pick for sure. So let's go ahead and grab us a running back. We're going to go Jaquavius. Yeah, Jaquavius Marks out of USC. So he will be reunited with Jonah Monheim and Marshawn Lloyd. Okay. Now, final pick. Tim, you're calling the shots on this. What position do you want to see, sir?
Oh, man.
I'm exhausted, by the way.
Tim said, check that special teams.
No, we got to do offense only, right?
Yeah.
I do offense only.
Give me another receiver. Pull up the receivers. Who's left?
Receiver, we got Theo Weiss Jr., we got Kyron Lacey, Zachary Franklin, Rock Taylor, Jackson Meeks, Brew McCoy. Who the hell are these guys? I don't know any of these cats. There's Ja'Cory
Rock Taylor is the only one who made my short list out of these guys.
Is it?
Yep. Other than go up one more to the top there. Who do we see? Yeah, Theo Weiss Jr. Look out of Missouri.
Yep.
He on our board?
Yes.
He is in the 313 spot.
Yep. Rock Taylor is 294.
Ooh, and we're picking 251 right now?
Zachary Franklin's lower.
Karen Lacey, though, he is actually 232.
Oh, yeah, the guy from LSU. That's right. Lacey.
We're just going to stock up on USC players and LSU players in the draft.
Right. Meeks is 224.
All right. What about quarterback?
Uh-oh, here we go. Now
I mean, we're in the 7th round. Who's on the board? Let's just see.
putting Jordan Love on the trade block. So that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. We got Graham Mertz out of Florida. We got Seth Hennigan out of Memphis. Will Rogers out of Washington. Donovan Smith out of Houston. KJ Jefferson, UCF. And then Ualugale. How do you say that name again?
Who?
I know you know his name.
DJ Uangale.
He was one that was like, they were projecting him to be potentially a first-round pick coming into this season, and he just fell off the face of the earth. PFF grade 79, 82, 71. Where did he end up on our board? I haven't even looked.
293.
Wow, that's crazy, man, how much he has dropped. So who would be the best quarterback? And we'll go with it. KJ Jefferson, right? Where's he at? He is, damn, all these guys.
No, let's go back to receiver.
Yeah, it's either got to be Meeks or I'm sorry. Yeah, you were right. Meeks is 224. Lacey is 232.
Yeah, Kyron Lacey. Let's go. Run the card.
Now what we're doing, Lacey boys?
He's over 6 feet tall, right? Pull up the
6'2".
Oh yeah, let's go. 6'2", 213. Book it. Run the card.
That's the ball game, folks. Kyron Lacey out of LSU. I'm going to reunite him and Mason. Was it Mason Taylor? Is that who it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mason Taylor. So here is
good one.
Yeah, here is the no, it ain't, Amelia. Don't you encourage this ever again will we do this. Look at Rondé Gadsden. Like, how does he always get graded so low in these picks, man? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anyway, 23rd pick, we went Kelvin Banks Jr. We got a borderline top 10 pick on our board at 23.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up. With the 55th pick, we went tight end Mason Taylor, also known as Joy Taylor's nephew. Okay. With the 87th pick, we went guard Tate Ratledge out of Georgia. 124, we went wide receiver Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. Pick 160, we went center Jonah Monheim out of USC. Pick 200, we went tight end Rondé Gadsden II out of Syracuse. Pick 239, we went running back Jaquavius Marks out of USC. And then 251, we went wide receiver Kyron Lacey out of LSU. There you go. There's your all.
I can't wait for you to put that on line, Clayton. That's going to be a good one.
I'm not tweeting that. I have gotten abused so much on Twitter. I'm not tweeting this out. All right. It's not happening. Tim, you going to put it up on your burner account?
No, I'll put it up on my regular account. It's all
scared or you screenshot?
I'm not scared of nothing, no. Other than the fact that we just took Kyron Lacey and he may or may not be in custody at the time of the kickoff to the season. So
are you serious?
See how that goes.
What did Kyron Lacey do? Allegedly.
Do
we know?
Do we
want to mention it? Do we want
hit and run?
Oh, hit and run.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying we should have had 2 Syracuse players. We should have brought Meeks back.
See, Tim, that's information we needed in the draft room, sir. You hear me?
Hey.
Tim said, I don't get paid enough for this. I love it. Drew,
allegedly, right?
Tim's going to come back traumatized after posting this. He's going to disappear for a couple weeks. We'll get that. You guys know what I'm talking about. You got people that you follow on Twitter, you're really vocal on Twitter. You're like, I haven't seen nothing from them in a while. You click on it, it says unavailable. They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
They got kicked off or they quit or something. So,
wow.
Coach Lynn really drunk driving killed somebody.
Yeah, I just scrolled over that myself.
All right. So the chat comes up and saves us 5 minutes after we needed this information. Where was this 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. Can we trade that 7th round pick real quick?
We would have taken Meeks from Syracuse and we would have been happy.
That's horrible. Horrible. I've done some stupid stuff in my life. And the thought of taking someone's life because you're driving drunk, oh my God, man. That's just.
I mean, let's just stop there, right? Driving drunk at all.
Exactly.
Shake
Shafiq said, well, guess we got to start again. We got 307 people in there. I don't know. Y'all, listen, I appreciate the support. Hit the like button while you're in here, but go do something more productive than hanging out with us. This was a waste of time. Now, we covered quite a bit. We got a lot we didn't get to on Twitter because you knuckleheads made us do this mock draft. But
offense only. Yeah, that was
offense only. Tim was just steaming. Tim's like, why did I even come on?
Now you know why we ended up with Kyron Lacey at the end.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing stars over here.
All right, now we got to do an all defensive mock draft soon.
Let's go. Now you're talking.
Crank it up. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back in a second.
Come back for hour 4.
All right. Well, again, I do want to say this. Now, we went off the rails a little bit there and had some fun, but I don't want to make light of that situation. That's absolutely horrible. So, anyway, we'll be back in the morning. I believe we're going to do a morning show, 8:30 a.m. Central for a little Good Morning Lambeau, a little PTA in the morning, a little PTA a.m. We got a couple of different. Couple of things we didn't scare the hell out of me. We didn't hit that we were going to tonight, so we'll finish up with that. Matter of fact, I'll make a note here. We're going to pick up with something that Diana Rossini said that really got my attention. I don't know if you guys seen this on the whole DK thing, but
oh boy,
I don't want you guys probably seen it, but we'll talk about it in the morning. Just little things that's popping up with DK that just throwing red flags with me, and I'm just kind of like, oh boys, I don't know. It's just something just doesn't feel right about that. But anyway, we will see y'all in the morning. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Super chats, everything. Shout out to King Tron, Mike Hebring, King Tron again. King Tron being a member for 2 months, also gifting a membership here on YouTube. Mr. Jass, you guys know him as Hugh. I know him as Mr. Jass. Mike Hebring with the super chat, 2-0 for this. The Sports Report with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you. Ron Samble with the super chat. Chris C. We got chat. We got Sports Report again. We don't take it lightly. Thank y'all so much for all the support. We will see y'all in the morning. Emilio, Tim, thank y'all for your time. Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Emilio, go stay up till 3 a.m. and sleep in, man. I know that's what you're
College Football Ultimate Team. Seasons are going to change in the next couple of days. Get it in.
Got to get it in. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you.
And we go.
Bye, guys.